Hey, what's up, guys? It's Enchanted. Hope everybody's doing okay. So, Shakari Richardson is making headlines again, not for the good reasons, as is becoming a tradition. She's making headlines because she didn't make it in the 100 or 200 to the finals for the US trials. So, if you guys don't know sports, I'm going to explain it to you, or at least track. So, the World Championships is the biggest track event. It's held once a year, besides the Olympics. It's held once a year, and every country brings their athletes to participate in the event. And so each country has trials, to test their fastest athletes to send to represent that country. So the United States, they have their trials, and Shakari Richardson did not make it to the finals of the U.S. trials. So normally they have different heats, where you know the fastest advance into the next heat, and then to the next heat is the faster heat, and then then the finals are where the fastest 8 or 9 athletes to compete for the top 4 spots to advance to the World Championships. Shakari Richardson didn't even make it to the finals in the 100 and 200. Now we all know that there's this media train around Shakari Richardson. It used to be for Shakari. Everybody used to be rooting for Shakari. They thought that she was amazing. They loved her. But after that incident with the weed and the Olympics, people really turned against her, and she's not making it easy to like her. You know what I mean? To root for her. She's very cocky, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being cocky. But when you're cocky, you need to be able to back that up. You know what I mean? You can't get mad when people clown you for not being able to live up to the expectations that you set. Running your mouth. So what had happened the other day is Shakari Richardson, after failing to make it in the 100 and 200, she'd gone to the media, and the media, they interview athletes after their races, and she was like, "Actually, I'm going to speak really now. Right now, it's my turn to speak. So you guys, the media, you guys do all this towards the athletes. We're human beings. You guys put words in our mouth. You try to get this hate train on us and blah blah blah." Which is true to an extent. The media plays a role in creating narratives around specific athletes, and they do have a habit of sometimes creating hate trains. But Shakari Richardson has done that for herself, in my opinion. You know what I mean? She is not humble at all. When she wins, she takes it all. When she loses, it's someone else's fault. She needs to act more like how Allison Felix does. Lose with grace. If you lose, nobody's gonna get on you if you lose and you just take ownership. It wasn't my best race. You know what I mean? Shakari, she always kind of tends to have an excuse for something, and she doesn't come back humbly. She comes back with fire. You know what I mean? She's like, "Oh, okay, well, this wasn't my day, but I'm gonna come back," which is good to an extent. But there's a certain way to say things where people might be, or at least look at you a little bit more favorably. She doesn't. Her team just needs to take her phone and just tell her just come straight back after the races. Don't interview or do any interviews, and stay off of Twitter, because she loves to go on Twitter and Instagram and rant, and it's not a good look for her. And I know Nike's sitting there behind the scenes like, did who gave this girl this contract? You know what I mean? Because now they got to pay her. She signed a contract. She was looking to be a huge prospect. She was donned as like the new queen of the track. Especially when she set those records and coming out of her collegiate season. But now she's faltering. She's struggling in competing against the professionals. So we'll see. We'll see what I still believe that she can do it, but she really just needs to focus on her sport and stay out of the media and feeding into what their narrative is, because she is definitely feeding into it. It's not like she's innocent and they're just making up stories. Like, she is not making it easy to root for her. So what are your guys' thoughts on Shakari Richardson? Are you guys surprised that she didn't make it? I really wasn't so surprised, because there's a strong people in the 100 and the 200. So I wasn't really expecting too much out of Shakari Richardson. Her times haven't even been that good this year for me to really think that she had a chance, even in the U.S. trials. In all the fast times that she did have, they lots of times they were wind aided. So I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? Did you think that she was gonna make it out of the U.S. trials, and represent the U.S. at the World Championships. Were you guys disappointed? Who'd you guys expect? Like and subscribe, and you guys have a wonderful day.